Greetings, peace and love. I wanted to do this show outside, but it's 2 degrees below zero, and I kept getting disturbed. Folks out here walking their dogs and all that good stuff. Sorry as I adjust my screen. But I wanted to get into part two, okay? Part two on Dr. King's celebration, recognized holiday. Part two of why poor kids grow up to be poor adults. Why is you compare us to other industrialized wealthy countries? Why the United States? Okay, poor kids end up as poor adults. Now, I know what some folks may be thinking. I thought this myself, and we're going to touch on that right now. That the folks that the folks behind this study were surprised by some factors that did not explain the U.S.'s outlier status, namely the role of racial discrimination. It was documented how historic and ongoing discrimination affects racial differences in poverty rates. We're aware of this, right? But hear me now, racial discrimination does not appear to explain why poor children in the U.S. are so much likelier to also be poor adults. Now, we're all aware of that black Americans are much more likely than white Americans to experience childhood poverty. But the white children who do grow up poor are just as likely to be poor in adulthood. The differences between the U.S. and its peer countries are much larger than the differences between places within the U.S. For example, growing up in a high mobility city such as San Jose, California, confers significant long term benefits compared with growing up in a low mobility city such as Charlotte, North Carolina. The study reveals, all right, studying the study reveals that even in the most economically mobile places in the U.S., poverty is stickier from childhood to adulthood than it is in the UK, Australia, Denmark, or Germany. Stay with me for a little bit. I promise to be done in under 4 minutes, all right? So, here's the key. Here's the key. Americans still tend to treat the distribution of government benefits as a symptom of economic deprivation rather than a potential solution to it. Okay? Some people might argue that self sufficiency, giving people the means to overcome poverty without government income assistance, should be the aim of government policy. That is a defensible perspective and policy aim, yet it is inconsistent with the fact that all high income countries include government taxes and transfers when measuring poverty. Okay? Moreover, Moreover, it implies that it is better for American children who were born into poverty through no fault of their own to stay poor in adulthood than to escape poverty thanks to government transfers. 4 minutes, the end. What y'all think? Peace, love, and happiness.